Hi. Hey friends, Rob Phoenix Power Guy here. Hope you're all doing well. Happy weekend. It's Friday, thank God. I'm just ready to just have a night of chill and be able to sleep just a little bit extra tomorrow. Although me and Bill and Joe Sonny are going to a local flea market tomorrow that starts at 7, so we're gonna get up early for that. At least that's the plan right now. Who knows how it will be in the morning when we that alarm goes off and we're like, nah, nah. Um, Tonight, though, I want to talk about something that has always been sort of a source of controversy within powwowing, and that's being taught by another person or being self-taught. And some people believe that you have to have this lineage that goes back to whatever in order to be considered a powwower, and other people believe that that does not matter. And I'm of the mind that powwow has was originally and always meant to be basically self-taught or done by what the books tell you to do, only because all those like the the Egyptian secrets, like Albertus Magnus says, for all who believe in Christ and such, may these works work for you. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. I don't have a quote in front of me, but even like the long lost friend, he says, he believes that if you believe in God and you believe in heaven and hell, then this is going to work for you. And then here's how you do it. So I think the idea of being self-taught is really kind of the way to go, especially in this day and age, because there aren't a lot of powwowers that are like actual proper traditional powwowers that are teaching. Um, So if you find one, you're very lucky. But if you don't find one, that's okay too. You can pick up a book, like The Long Lost Friend, and as long as you understand how the framework of the charms works and the rituals, um, how many times you speak it and repeat it, what your gestures and such are, like The Long Lost Friend, also Albertus Magnus, the Romanus book, that sort of thing. Um, those books do not do a very good job kind of actually telling you how to do it. So that's why I write stuff like my books and my website and my videos, because I learned actually how to work the charms and how to do the rituals and the gestures and such with. So I want to share that information with everybody. But that's really all that you would need to come to like me for, but you wouldn't even need to come to me directly. Um, because I have it out there on a website and in these videos and such. But you can like self teach yourself, how do you say that? To be a powwower. Pretty much like 99% of what I do as a powwower has been quote unquote self-taught. Like I have learned from teachers, but it's just been a few things, a few bits of advice here, charm or ritual here. Um, something interesting I hadn't read before there, that's how it's been. And so for like 20 some years or whatever, I've been piecing all this information together with my own knowledge and fleshing out what I know and what I do and such and what I offer to the public. Um, so there you go. So that's why when if it ever comes up about lineage with me, like I can give you a list of names of people that I've learned a couple things from, but really like Phoenix Line kind of starts with me because none of those sources are doing it the way that I'm doing it. And so I've taken all these little bits of information and created something totally different and totally unique. And that's what I'm passing on. But there's nothing stopping you from doing the same. So you can be completely self-taught with powwow, or again, learn a little bit from here and there, and that's fine too. So I feel like sometimes when people say like, oh, I'm only self-taught, like they're almost apologetic about it. Like that's the way to go. That's most people are going to be self-taught. So don't ever be ashamed of that. Powwow is not like a paganistic thing where you're going to be like a solitary eclectic powwow. No, it's not. We don't have any of that. You're either a powwow or you're not. And if you're self-teaching versus learning from somebody, as long as you're Christian, as long as you're adhering to the basic foundation of the powwowing tradition, um, you're a powwower. I mean, that's just the way it is. So yeah, don't ever feel bad about being self-taught because those books, like the Long Lost Friend, think of it this way. Long Lost Friend was literally the very first American grimoire of magic. And it's still, after 200 years, remains in, has been in continuous print. Very popular book. At one time, it was so popular in Pennsylvania, sales of Long Lost Friend out, I don't know, out whatever, like were more than copies of the Bible. So I said it all wrong. I couldn't think of the right word, but and most people had a copy of it in their home. And for all those people that had a copy of it, how many of them actually had a teacher teaching them? And then where did they learn it from? They learned it from reading A Long Lost Friend or Albertus Magnus, that sort of thing. So don't let the idea of lineage stop you from practicing a tradition. That it's a folk tradition. That means it's for and of the folk. It is folk Christianity at a, taken from a time when Christianity was not very well known. Even, even amongst the clergy, they had to some of them had never read the Old Testament, or some never read the New Testament, or some couldn't read as well. But the common folk, most of them couldn't read, so they didn't really have much. They may have owned a Bible, but even that was rare. But they certainly couldn't read it. So folk Christianity was what the little bits and pieces that the folk knew, coupled with the magic that they knew, the folk magic, and it worked for them. And so they passed it on. And people wrote books about it, and that's what we're meant to use. So don't ever feel like you have to apologize or feel like meek and sorry for stating that you're self-taught, because we're all self-taught. I mean, nobody taught me the stuff that I know now, except for, like I said, here and there, a couple little things. And like two of the most profound things that I learned, I was told not to share. So it's like, it almost makes it pointless. So yeah, even the people that I've taught, like, go and make it your own, uh, and self-teach yourself the rest of it, the stuff you want to fill in. But anyway, I just wanted to address that because I have seen that lately where people are like, well, I'm sorry, I'm only self-taught. Like, only self-taught. That's like the best way to be, because when you teach yourself, you tend to dive into all kinds of aspects. That's how it was for me. I dove into every type of powwowing there was. I dove into herbal remedies and growing my own herbs and plants, and also like agricultural stuff and like growing vegetables and things by phases of the moon. Like, I really threw myself into all of that. But the individual like teachers that I've had, they've only taught me one or two rituals, whatever, because they just didn't do all of that stuff. Powwow is not, people confuse powwow and think it's like this Wicca kind of situation. And it's not that at all. It is basic remedies for healing, along with some protection stuff and some anti-witchery stuff. It's some protection stuff to protect your barn and your animals and your crops. And there it is. All the rest of this stuff, we add on to it because we incorporate it into our lives. So as a powwower, we do these things, but not because it's powwow, but because we are powwowers, and this is what I don't know. I'm saying it all wrong. And anyway, it's Friday. I don't care right now. So that's it. Also, it's been weighing on my mind all day that I talked about this book yesterday that I got. I think I'm going to delete that video because it's been kind of bothering me all day. I even dreamed about it last night, like making a pact with the devil. And like today, I was like looking on YouTube for all these videos about people who made pacts with the devil. My hands are hurting. I'm feeling miserable. So I'm like, I got to take that video down because I felt like I was promoting a book that I really don't think is appropriate. I mean, it's up to everybody else if they want to read a book or not. I'm not saying don't read it. I'm just saying I don't want to promote it. So I'm going to remove that video. Uh, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're good. Nothing to worry about. If you do know what I'm talking about, sorry, I'm going to remove the video. And I'm not going to talk about that book again. Somebody offered to buy it from me. I've already promised another Powwow friend that I'm just going to give to him and he can do whatever
Mhm.
he wants with it because I just don't even want it in my
Mhm.
house. So there you go. Whatever this was about, I hope you got that out of this. But more
Mhm.
importantly, I hope you have a nice weekend. I hope you have a nice
Mhm.
Friday night. Get a good night's sleep. Take care. God bless you. Love you. We'll talk again very soon.